This is a really fun read aloud. It is called one sec. Okay. This is a really fun read aloud, and it is called Yuka's Way Home. Written and illustrated by Abigail Roscoe. I thought this was a super fun book, and boy, was this adventurous. It's actually having some pictures of people in the book. So you actually know that it is a real story. And I love the illustrations, especially how they have the northern lights. And I kinda like the stuff they didn't put it on the bottom and have the night sky on the top. But actually I like how it's kinda blended in with the sea. It actually feels like way better. I really like the illustrations, except that it's a little bright. The green is a little bright compared to the sky. I think I would have made it more, I don't know, blended in, but it's a really good picture. Really good pictures. Anyways, this is Yuka's Way Home by Abigail. For thousands of years, caribou have migrated across the Arctic, looking for food and a safe place where their calves can grow strong before starting their mighty journey back. This winter, Yuka is migrating for the first time. He and his herd were preparing for the long travel to their winter home. As Yuka and his herd began their journey, they were very cautious as they walked on the ice. While they were careful, what happened next took them by surprise. Crick, crack, snap! The ice cracked under the weight of the herd. The caribou breathed a sigh of relief when the ice didn't break beneath them, but quickly realized that Yuka was in trouble. He was being swept away at sea, away from his family and friends. Uh-oh, what's gonna happen to Yuka? Yuka had been at sea for a long time and was growing hungry and afraid. Birds flew above, and Yuka knew land must be near. A flying silhouette grew larger, and Yuka saw it was a goose. Are you lost? asked the goose. Yuka was scared, but he told the goose that he would be okay. He was strong after all. You don't always have to be strong. It's okay to ask for help when something is wrong, said the goose. This made Yuka feel much better. I'm lost and scared, said Yuka. The goose told him not to worry because shore was near. Yuka felt hope. He would soon be safe. The goose said farewell and wished Yuka good luck before flying away to join his flock. Finally, land could be seen. Yuka was safe. He even spotted caribou on the shore. Yuka jumped off the ice and swam towards his friends. But as he approached the shore, he realized the caribou was much smaller than him. Wow, you're a big reindeer. Are you new around here? Asked one of them, as the other reindeer stared in amazement. A big what? No, I'm a caribou, said Yuga. Well, you look like a big reindeer to me. Anyway, I'm old. What's your name? I'm Yuka. Nice to meet you. Is this your herd? Are you also migrating? Not yet, silly. For now, we get to spend the winter here where we're protected and fed, said the herd. Yuka and the reindeer herd headed towards the camp. As they were trotting along, the few reindeer kept staring at Yuka, and he began to feel out of place. His concerns vanished when he saw the stares were not those of jealousy and mockery, but those of awe. "A new friend," he heard someone say as more reindeer surrounded him. They were all very happy to see Yuka. With the help of Aldo, Yuka quickly grew more comfortable with his new surroundings. As the day went on, Yuka got hungry. Back home, Yuka would need to wander to find food. He was quite surprised when Aldo led him to a food truck. Yuka had never tasted food like this before. There were so many new things to learn in this camp. And I'm not really sure how to pronounce the man's name, but I'll give it my best shot. Amongst the reindeer, Yuka saw a man that was wearing colorful clothing and a fuzzy hat. "Who is that?" Yuka asked Aldo. "That is our friend Joanne." Aldo explained that Joanne is a Sami. The Sami are indigenous people in Scandinavia, Finland, and Russia. They have taken care of reindeer for many, many generations. They make sure that the reindeer are happy and healthy. Joanne and his family look after the reindeer herd. They feed us and keep us safe from wolves and other big animals. "Wow, and you get to live here with them?" asked Yuka. "Yes, some of us pull sleighs and do hard work, but we are all very happy. Thanks to Joanne and his family, we are safe and never go hungry." "Sometimes winter can be long and tough, but it's much easier when we can rely on each other," Aldo explained, as the other reindeer nodded happily. Yuka strolled over to Joanne and introduced himself. Joanne welcomed him with open arms and explained, "Keeping the reindeer herd safe and fed is becoming more challenging. The winters are becoming harsher, and it is difficult for reindeer to get enough food in the wild." He smiled at Yuka before he continued on. "I've been thinking of ways to improve this camp, and I think I found a solution." Ron was excited about this new idea. "See this fence? I'm gonna build a nice enclosure for the reindeer to spend the winter." "It looks like you arrived just in time to see it be built," Joanne exclaimed. Yuka knew his friend would protect him. As the night came, Yuka could finally relax under the stars, knowing he was cared for. He felt safe and at home. As the days passed, Yuka felt more and more at ease. He had friends. He and Aldo were inseparable. Yuka still found many things confusing, but the kindness of the others made him feel at home with his new herd. Yuka and Aldo loved exploring Nordic landscapes, where they often saw other Arctic animals. "Oh, snow's melting and there's a little flower." Much like the Arctic sun, Yuka had initially been shy and wary of his new surroundings, but as winter ended, Yuka's energy and vibrance returned, and the reindeer saw him more and more often, and eventually the winter's darkness lifted. The midnight sun hung over the Arctic sky, offering the herd Joanne and his family plenty of sunlight. Summer brought many new calves that grew big and strong in the safety of the herd. And just as the summer ended, autumn ended too, and the forest changed. The cold weather set in again, and the herd went back to the safety of the camp. Yuka welcomed these changes, glad to have a herd to spend the winter with. But something about the camp had changed. There was now a fence around the pastures to keep the reindeer safe and well fed throughout the winter. One morning they were all very surprised when guests arrived at the camp. Joanne greeted them warmly and they led the reindeer together. The heart was very happy to see the new people. As time went on, Yuka became more comfortable around them. Eventually, Joanne trusted Yuka to pull a sleigh. Okay, well, isn't that an accomplishment? The quietness of the evening became filled with a beautiful traditional Yukan song. Inside the library, Joanne proudly shared knowledge about the Sami culture, the reindeer, and the land with his guests. This happened more and more frequently. Every other day, guests came to feed the reindeer and listen to Joanne and his family talk about their culture. In the evening, a York would liven up the Arctic night. Joanne's fence idea worked out wonderfully. Now the reindeer were not hungry or at risk in the winter, and he could teach people about his culture. Year after year, the winters in Joanne's camp were lively with music, guests, and reindeer treats. One night, Yuka was falling asleep inside the lava. It was warm and cozy. Outside, the northern lights were dancing across the sky. Joanne was telling a fantastic tale to his children, who listened eagerly. The story was about a fearless caribou who braved the unknown and embarked on a long journey to find a new home. About zombies and about caribou and reindeer. And here's something I learned. Caribou and reindeer are the same species. The main difference between the two is that reindeer are domesticated and caribou are not. So it turns out that caribou and reindeer are actually kind of the same thing. So if you ever want to be a mini Santa Claus, then go and you can just grab yourself a caribou if you don't find a reindeer. And here is Joanne in his Yuka, and he is telling the stories. I thought that was really cool, and I really liked the story. I think it's really sweet how Joanne he took care of Yuka and all those others for like years. Like all those years he took care of reindeer and a caribou. I'm honestly very impressed. And I thought this was a really cute story. So you go, well, he is just having like a hard time. But he ends up finding new friends and getting himself a new life. And I thought that was like really just, I thought it was really cute and I loved how he was all welcomed and everything. Nobody knew who he was, but he was treated like he had been there for years. And that is what I call kindness. I was really like wowed. I was really awed by how Yuka he was separated from his herd because he was stranded on an iceberg. And I'm also kind of surprised he didn't just swim back. Like maybe the current was too strong or something, but I don't know. But he can swim, it seems, because he swam to the reindeer when he saw land. But maybe Yuga was just stricken with fear. Honestly, I'm not really sure. But that's what I think. Anyway, this was a really fun book. I really enjoyed it, and it's a great book for reindeer lovers or caribou lovers or Christmas lovers, winter lovers, or Santa lovers. We're actually having a few Christmas books, so if you want to see those, you might want to stay to the end because we are having a few Christmas books. Even though Christmas was quite a while ago, I thought, hey, why don't we still drink in the spirit? After all, Christmas should be a part of every day. Anyway, that was a really nice book. I rate it a 10 out of 10.